Hello, my name is Leo, and welcome to a new day of the Elder Scrolls Arena. We've been doing this for a while. We have been fast traveling for quite some time. I think we're getting closer there. I haven't actually checked it in a few days. I should probably get back into the game and just see how much longer it's going to be before uh, before we actually arrive in Iron Mavale. Now yesterday I was talking about Metal Gear Ground Zeroes, and I'm still thinking about it. I don't know whether or not I want to buy it, so I'll get back to you on that one. But one thing I was talking about yesterday, which was the reason why I was in the game store to begin with. Well, it's a DVD, music, and video game store thing. Shop in Japan. Now, I was in there because I had heard on Wednesday that the Japanese consumption tax, at least I think it's called the consumption tax. Hang on, let me look it up. Consumption tax. Yeah, it is. Well, consumption tax, consumer tax, whatever, whatever you want to call it, is apparently going to increase on the 1st of April. Now, I didn't know this. Now, at the moment, consumption tax in Japan is 5%. So, when you go to a 100 yen store, which they don't call themselves 100 yen stores anymore because they can't, you don't buy stuff for 100 yen, you buy it for 105 yen because there's 5% tax. It's actually really scummy because a lot of games, a lot of shops and stuff, or restaurants in particular, all their menus and advertised prices are without the tax, and then so you have to add the tax on top of it, or you'll just get to the friggin' you get to the the place, and oh look, guess what? Actually, it's more than what you thought it was. Friggin' hell. Yeah, that really annoys me. I think it used to be... What did it used to be? It was introduced in 1989, apparently, and it was originally 3%. It was then increased in 97 to 5%. Right, which was actually a 4% national consumption tax and a 1% local consumption tax. And then, shortly after the tax was introduced, Japan fell into recession. Maybe you shouldn't have increased the consumption tax. Yeah, maybe. The Prime Minister said that he had no intention of raising the tax. But after he won in 2005, he lifted a ban on discussing it. Great. That's fantastic. Now they're talking about doing it. And in the 2009 elections, they promised not to raise the consumption tax for 4 years. Has it been 4 years? It has been 4 years. God damn it. Oh my god. Wait, I didn't know this. So they voted on June 26, 2012. The lower house of Japan passed a bill to double the tax to 10%. God! Despite considerable opposition and an attempted no confidence motion from minor opposition parties, the bill was successfully passed through the upper house. So the tax will increase. Oh my god, it's worse than I thought. The tax is going to increase to 8% in April this year, and it's going to increase to 10% in October 2015. God damn it. That's so expensive. That's huge, man. So if I buy something that's $100, it means I've got to pay an extra $10. God damn it, that sucks. Man. So, I mean, the obvious... I was in the local kombini, or the convenience store, and I noticed there was a butt ton of cigarette cartons everywhere. Not just behind the counter, but like on the counter in front of like customers. And I was like, wait a minute, isn't that a bit dangerous? Won't people like steal cigarettes and stuff? And now I realized why they're doing it. Because if you're a heavy smoker, what do you want to do? You want to like load up on cigarettes before April, otherwise it's going to be really expensive to get your smoke on. So, I mean, dude. So that's why I was in the store, because like I said yesterday, been thinking about getting, well, not been thinking, well, I have been thinking about getting it, but a 500 gigabyte PlayStation 3 so I could download all the games that I own onto it in the event that, you know, the PlayStation Store ever went down or the servers went down or whatever. So I was thinking about, you know, how much is it, because after the tax increases, and certainly in 2015, God, it makes me even more worried. It's going to be much more expensive to buy a PlayStation in Japan. That being said, it's still way cheaper than Australia, which is great. But yeah, I mean, oh, it sucks so much. And again, with Metal Gear, I should probably buy Metal Gear, because games will be more expensive too. That being said, you know, when they get cheaper, they'll be more cheaper than that. But yeah, it's just, man, consumption tax sucks. That being said, of course, if they raise consumption tax, they're not raising, you know, income tax or tax on savings or the like, which is good if you don't buy a lot of stuff, which, to be fair, I don't buy a lot of stuff, but I do like to buy stuff on occasion, you know. And that being said, I don't have much savings in my Japanese account, so it's really irrelevant. I just can't believe 10% is a huge increase. And it might possibly lead to us going into a recession. Dude. That sucks. Oh, whatever. But yeah, man, because, I mean, in Australia we have the GST, or the Goods and Service Tax. It is... what is it? Now, but the Goods and Service Tax is a tax on goods and services that are non-essential. So if you go to the supermarket and you buy bread, or you buy, I think milk is exempt, eggs, like really basic stuff is not, you don't have to pay a GST on it. You pay a GST on luxury items and, well, semi-luxury items to luxury items. So, you know, if I were just to buy basic food, I don't have to pay any extra GST. That being said, even with the GST in Australia, I'm pretty sure we're required by law to advertise the price with GST. So you never have to think about, well, how much is it with the GST or without the GST? No, it's just, this is how much it is. Take it or leave it. You know, it's really dodgy how Japan can get away with, like, advertising something as being 100 yen or $1, when, like, by August 2015, it'll actually be $110. I mean, 110 yen. And you know the worst part about it is when you go to a sushi place, right? Usually the plates are advertised as 100 yen each, so $1 each. But in actual fact, they're $1.05, right? So, you know, you've got your coins. You got in Japan, you got your 1 yen coins, you got your 5 yen coins, you got your 10, you got your 50, you got your 100, right? And then you go into notes. Well, there's a 500. And then you go into notes, you know, 1,000, etc, etc, etc. So at the moment, you know, you might be stuck with some 10 yen coins and at least a 5 yen coin. 1 yen coins are the bane of my existence. I hate them so much. If the consumption tax is 8%, so when I go to sushi, it's 108 yen. It means I'm going to get 2 for every plate that I eat. I'm going to potentially get 2 1 yen coins. So I'm going to have to, like, eat, like, enough sushi so that it rounds itself out. Otherwise, I'm just going to go absolutely batshit insane. I am going to go crazy. At least it's better than, you know, in Australia, we used to have 1 cent and 2 cent coins, and we just got rid of them because they're useless. So the lowest denomination is a 5 cent coin. So if a thing costs $1.99, then it actually costs $2. If it's 98 cents, it rounds up. If it's 97, it rounds up, I think. And then, yeah, no, 7 rounds down. Yeah, 7 and 6 round down, and then 8 and 9 round up. So you always see, things advertised as, blah, 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 and 99 cents. Which they do in America too, but in America it's probably actually 99 cents, so you get the 1 cent back. In Australia, unless you're paying by card, no, you won't get that cent back because they round it up if you're paying by cash. So freaking dumb. That being said, if you were really a real penny pincher, you could like buy stuff that was like 96 cents or 97 cents, and then you'd save yourself 2 cents every time you buy something. Yeah, who would do that? Honestly, who would do that? Well, I'm really sad now. I didn't even know about the 10% that's gonna take effect in 2015. Now I'm really depressed. And now I'm really thinking about buying stuff that I've been wanting to buy. I've just been holding out, waiting for it to get cheaper, and quite honestly, I didn't really need it at the moment. But if it's going to be way more expensive in the future, well, shit, I'll buy it. When you think about the PlayStation 3 500GB I saw was about $300. With a 5%, well, that's with the tax, right? No, that's without the tax. I think so, yeah. So $300, so that would be $15. You have to pay $15 extra. So with the increased 10%, you would have to pay an additional $15. You have to pay $30 extra. I mean, $15 isn't a lot, but you know what? To be honest, it's actually not a lot when you think about it. Considering that the PlayStation, if it ever gets drops down in price, it'll be a lot more than $15 cheaper. So I guess what we can take from this is you probably don't need to buy a PlayStation right now, at least until the servers start to go down. Then we'll be worried. Alright. Well, when we come back, we are probably still fast traveling, but I should probably double check that. I guess I'll talk about something else, but for now, my name is Leo, and I'll see you next.